So let's get to, this brings us to Patrick Chapin's article. And we'll give you the Cole's notes of the Frontier part. Okay? He pretty much had two suggestions or feelings about Frontier. And how he feels like, yeah, this is great, but pretty much he thinks Fetchlands suck. I'm not going to argue with him. You and I have actually avoided talking about Fetchlands in Frontier for a while. We had pretty strong opinions, and we decided to back off of it. So I'm not going to disagree with them. How do I put this without causing a whole bunch of uproar, Tony?
You can't.
Let's go back to previous. I felt like Frontier minus Fetchlands was a good thing because it gave Frontier its own feeling as a format.
Correct. We talked about it as far as an identity.
Yeah, it separated it from modern.
Yeah.
Right? So Chapin had two suggestions. Number one, he felt that Khan's block was an amazingly designed block.
Yeah, but didn't he win a Pro Tour or something with it?
Sure. He felt like the cards were amazing. The cards were awesome. They were perfect power level. So he feels like if you want to leave Khan's block in this format, you should ban Fetchlands. So do you want me to kind of give our opinion on this?
Please do.
Okay. Yes, we do agree that Fetchlands should be banned, but. So don't go out there going, oh my god, MTG Frontier says Fetchlands.
Stop the podcast right now.
should said to ban Fetchlands. There's a huge but.
Bigger than yours.
Yes. baby got. All right. But it should not be done until there is friendly color dual lands at the same power level, i.e.
Copperline Gorge, reprint, or...
They need to stay around until we get the fast lands for friendly colors, possibly pain lands for friendly colors. Mm-hmm. The thing is, if you take away Fetchlands now, you're going to cripple a lot of decks. Unfortunately, at this point in time, it's a necessary evil. So, is this something going forward? Sure. We are just going to sit tight. We do agree that Fetchlands, the format would probably be a lot better without Fetchlands, but we need them right now.
We need them, yeah. They're a part of what's going on.
Yeah. So we had a second point, and to me, this is the ideal format. Okay, this is gonna be a long one, Tony. You ready for this?
No.
All right. So Chapin says, to get the proper feel of the card design and what the format should be and feel like and give us its own identity is start at Origins.
Curious the name, Matt. Tell me more.
So this completely just eliminates Fetchlands as a whole. It eliminates a very... I'm starting to get on board with our friends at Frontier Bivouac, where M15 does feel a little odd.
It's weird, right?
It does feel odd with the rest of the cards.
I want to go on a quick tangent. This feels to me like the argument in Modern where for a while people were like, let's just get rid of 8th edition. Let's just ship 8th edition. Everything will be better for it, but, we chose this frame outline to be the thing, so whoops, our bad. Well, we can fix this. Yeah. We have the power.
So you lose the awkward cards, but you also lose a lot of good sideboard cards. We'll give it that.
And we lose something like, in Soul Artifact.
Yeah.
Like we lose like a namesake of a deck.
Yeah. So, yes. So, and it does feel like we've been talking about the Frontier era card design.
Yep.
You could very well sell me that, yes, it does start at Origins. You could probably... I'm not 100% sold on that it starts at M15. You could, if you had all the proof and evidence, convince me that it started at Origins.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? So, these are both very logical good points. Either A, ban Fetchlands, but since we've played the format enough, we know that we can't do it just yet because the friendly.
It would be unhealthy.
Yeah, the friendly color decks need that mana fixing.
Correct.
Number 2, start at Origins. The reason why we can't do that yet is because
card pool strictly size.
Because it's standard plus Origins.
Yeah, that's not exciting.
So it's like everyone's saying, well, we're really 2 years probably away from actually needing or for where Frontier should start and have a big enough card pool.
Yeah.
2 years from now, we're going to have, 6 more sets?
Mm-hmm.
So it's as big as bigger than if we eliminate M15 and Comms Block, right?
Correct.
So we go from Origins, say to 2018, right? Or 2019. You'd have a big enough card pool, eliminating the fetch lands, eliminating Rally. And you probably have what is probably the Frontier era card design forward. It sounds amazing. There's one problem.
What's that?
And that is what I think the heart of the podcast that we're going to get to now is in the state that Magic is now, it needs Frontier.
We can't not do this.
Magic needs Frontier now and not in 2 years.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to get into. So the state of Magic at the moment. So we had 2016 was a big year for card releases. I feel like this was the most products that Wizards has released in 1 year. A lot of people feel a little burnt out, maybe.
Yep. I can see that.
They hit us with a lot of shit.
and yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whether you agree with it or not, whether it doesn't matter what I think or what Tony thinks, because Tony loves it, I don't think it's that great, is standard. There's a lot of people, whether they're right or not, the majority of Magic players feel like standard's in a bad place. Especially after that poll that Sam Stoddard, is it Stoddard?
Stoddard, yeah.
Stoddard put out. It was a pretty low response. A lot of big names pretty much gave it like a 3 or a 4 or less, right?
That's like 1.5 thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No. So whether you agree with it or not, whether you are say Tony, you're a big standard guy. Just say you think the format right now is great.
My name's Tony and I'm a big standard guy. I think the format's great.
You can't disagree that the majority of Magic players don't agree with you right now.
They don't. There's this big room and I'm alone.
Yeah. Dude, loser.
I know. But it is great. Everybody come on over here and come play standard with me, guy.
The tournament.
Anybody? Is there anybody home? No.
The tournament attendance and the things that Wizards are doing to try and push standard at the moment is a big indication that standard isn't doing great right now.
Correct.
Okay, so let's go to the other end. Let's go to Modern. You and I were huge Modern guys. Huge. That's all we did.
From day one.
Yeah.
I lent my entire... Back when there was the Modern Pro Tour in Dublin, Ireland, I lent my entire Modern gauntlet to Rich Hohen. I've been in Modern since day one.
Our opinions don't matter. There's a lot of back and forth whether Modern is in a good place or not. There's a lot of... I wouldn't say pros, but I guess well-known names.
Yep, names.
That are...
Personalities. People who are in the community. They're devoted to developing content.
Yeah, that are mostly Modern guys. Give the format a big thumbs down. They pretty much, I've seen so many articles that the ban list itself needs an overhaul. There's just so many things. That the argument of, well, there's 20 different decks. And then a very logical person would be like, let's be honest, of those 20 decks, 7 of them do the same thing with different cards.
Yep.
Right? The format no longer feels like the turn 4 format it was supposed to be.
No, it feels like, even from the beginning, the goal of Modern was to break that rule. Yeah. If you wanted to be the best, most degenerate deck, you broke the turn 4 rule. Yeah. Right? Infect's been good from the very beginning. Yeah. It didn't need a blossoming defense to get a boost. It's been that good since day one. So,
whether you agree with these people or not, if I'm the only guy in the room, hi, I'm Matt, I love Modern, it's the best thing fucking ever. There's probably 7 other people in this room that disagree with me.
And I bet you 6 of them have Modern decks.
That's the thing. It's not that they're just hating. There are these people who you and I
they're disenfranchised, man.
Have played the format for a very long time. And let's take me first. So the last time I played Modern was the WMCQ. It was like an almost 400-person tournament.
Yep.
I made top 4.
Yep, killed it.
I haven't played since. I haven't had the urge until I think I'm going to play on New Year's Day at the Showdown. It's like fucking 3 months.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up my deck in 3 months, and I haven't had an urge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the main reasons I'm doing it is because I have free entry.
Yeah, well,
I, from winning the Frontier Showdown, I got free entry for a month in all tournaments. So you have all these people who maybe used to really love Standard, really used to love Modern, and they're just not into those formats anymore. They feel like Wizards hasn't taken care of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so with the... We've talked about this before, and we won't get too deep into it, but basically when Splinter Twin and Summer Bloom got banned, that was the beginning of the end of the format.
Yeah.
And that's when people started to get like really upset because a lot of those Splinter Twin and Summer Bloom players were Birthing Pod players, right? And you just, once you get banned and banned and banned and banned and banned, and that doesn't necessarily fix the format, it just creates a different one. Right? And right now the format, I believe, and I'm probably not the only one, but like we've said a million times, my opinion doesn't matter. Modern feels more solved than it's ever been.
Yeah. So with opinions and debate aside, you have the majority are Standard players who don't feel any connection to the format. You have a majority of Modern players who don't feel connection to the format. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Magic content creators and even friends that you talk with all around, like your Magic buddies, they're looking for things elsewhere. They're looking at Hearthstone. They're looking at Hex. They're looking at Eternal. And even today, this is the big one. This is actually blowing my mind. Even KYT himself was asking about Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon TCG online.
Not online. Rudy is getting it, is buying and selling a shitload of Pokemon, real life products.
Pokemon's huge again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rudy feels like, and I'm quoting Rudy because I feel like he's a reliable source. He feels
that's
like
up for debate, but
I love Rudy. You fucking stay away from him.
I didn't say your love from him was anything that should be ashamed of.
All right.
Reliable source might be debatable.
All right.
He is a source.
Rudy, the most reliable source we all know.
God damn it.
No, I also know this from talking to store owners who...
That's the exciting part.
Have also really expanded from maybe having 1 or 2 booster boxes of Pokemon to having the full gauntlet, all the gift boxes, and singles.
And plus singles. That's what I was trying to elicit from you. Is Rudy's one guy. Yeah. And he's got an opinion. He's spending money. He's doing shit. But he's not the only one.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm eating a gummy while we're doing our
I know.
They're right in front of me.
I know. But even at face-to-face games Toronto, same thing, right? Pokemon stuff, Pokemon swag, now we got singles.
So what I was getting to with Rudy is he feels like he's noticed, because he sees things come and go, talks to all his distributors, all his friends that own stores, is he feels like Pokemon is having the equivalent that for boom and growth and player base that Magic did back in 2014.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
So you're having all these Magic players who feel like, you know what, I got my Modern deck, I don't feel like playing Modern. Standard looks like shit right now. Don't quote me on that. We're just saying I'm not really into Commander. I can't afford 93, 94. Legacy's too fast for me. What the fuck am I going to do? Well, it looks like people are picking up Pokemon and Hex and Eternal and Hearthstone.
Yep. And a lot of these things you can do on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. Yeah. It's you know how easy it is to quit Magic and play Hearthstone? Pick up your phone.
So, Wizards is going to be a little slow on fixing, Standard's going to take a year or so. It's just going to have to...
We're like dealing with old print, where Wizards is literally printing things to paper and they're only going to be so far behind as everything digital.
Yeah.
Right?
They can't just go like press a button and delete all Emrakul's and
Boop, gone.
And Marvels.
Boop, gone.
It can't happen.
Nope.
Right? They can't go, we're turning these into dust and giving you the equivalent back so you don't feel like you lost any money.
Yeah, they can't go, Marvel now costs 12 energy.
No.
No, they can't do that.
No. So what they can do now is they go, we'll ban these cards and you lose your whole investment and people get sour.
And your trust.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's not going to happen. So we really have to wait until these cards rotate out. And
we're like the fucking Stone Age of games over here at Wizards, man.
Here we have Modern, which it needs a massive overhaul.
Like too much.
So getting back to our point of, although Chapin is right and Origins is probably the right set to start at, any argument of saying starting like later than M15 we're going to ignore because that's just not true. We're not even going to get into that debate.
Yeah.
M15 is probably the earliest you want to start this. I could totally get on board with Chapin to starting M15. The problem is Magic needs us now, man.
Yeah.
There are so many people who tell me that are like, I play Modern, I'm kind of bored. I saw this format. Like, I like playing these. I have my fetches and Jaces. Do you know what else I should buy to get into this format? I get like 2 or 3 of those messages a day.
Yeah, for sure.
I have standard players that are being like, I love my Grim Flares. What can I do?
Yeah.
Like, there'd be like...
My Marvel deck.
Yeah.
Right? You could actually just play your Marvel deck.
Or, I still have my Jaces because I didn't feel like losing $40 when they dropped, so I just still have them.
Well, now they're back worth regular money.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good to go.
So it's this in-between format where it's not what people think where, come over here, Modern players. Come over here, Standard players. We're not stealing these players. What we're doing is giving them a bridge or a reason to play Magic.
To play Magic
until they feel like they want to play Modern or Standard again.
Yeah, and until those things get the work that they need to become the best that they can be, I think Frontier is a fucking fantastic thing for people to be doing to kill the time.
So, Frontier's not perfect at the moment. We're not going to say it is.
Yeah.
I don't think anything drastic can or should be done right now.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about trying to make it perfect.
No, but it needs to be here, man.
Yeah. People got to play it.
You know what? What would happen if Frontier wasn't here to kind of safety net some of these players that are dropping off?
To be honest, man, I haven't even actually really thought about that question from the start of it because it just makes me sad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would be forced into either playing Modern or Standard, and they just wouldn't. And
you know what? Because I was starting to feel a little crazy for a while there. It made me feel a lot better when I heard Richard from the Goldfish podcast say, it's just an evolution of the game, man. Like, Modern is going to become Legacy. And Frontier is going to become Modern. Right? And then Standard will just always be there.
We said it.
Yeah. Like it's going to have to happen. Like, there's too big of a gap there for people to fall through and go on to other things.
Yep.
Like, Jesus Christ, they're going to Pokemon, dude.
Pokemon's fucking... it's sweet, though.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. What I'm saying is I play Pokemon with my nephew.
Yep.
I do play the game. So,
yeah, you do.
It's not Magic.
It sure isn't.
It's not Magic, man. It's a great game. It is a great game, but it's not that complexity, that problem solving, that just everything that you want, like that fulfillment out of playing a game and figuring out everything properly that Magic is.
Regardless of how I feel towards any particular format or any particular set or decisions that Wizards make, it doesn't ever make me not believe that this is the best game ever made. Plain and simple.
It totally is. So I guess what we're getting at, if you're that angry Standard player or that angry Modern player that you feel like Frontier is just stealing people from your player base,
we're here to help.
You need to open up your eyes and see those people were already leaving.
Correct.
And it's possible that we're just a landing pad for them to chill out for a while and still stay in the game until they feel like Modern is something they're going to enjoy again or Standard is something they're going to enjoy again.
Yeah.
And they're not going to leave Frontier either because they're just going to have their non-rotating deck.
Yeah, and then, you know what? And I feel really good about this conversation, Matt, because a part of a lot of my stress and trying to promote this format, like, for myself, because it's fun. I like producing content. It makes me happy for the store. You know, it sells cards. It makes money. That's also good. Like we're happy to have people happy, but it's knowing that there's like always gonna be that place to connect in Magic, and there's fun to be had. There's something you just need to dig a little deeper, and don't restrict yourselves to the idea that Legacy, Modern, Standard are it. There's more. Hell, you even build a commander deck.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's so much about Magic that's so good that keeps players in and keeps players interested. And actually, let's talk about Commander for a minute, because the amount of people that actually play Commander.
And yeah, I don't think the 20%, the real grinders of the world, or maybe less than 20%. Like, say as a Magic as a whole, at most 20% of the Magic population are hardcore grinders.
Let's call those the people that would sign up for a PPTQ.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Would pay money to sign up for a PPTQ.
And they play every week until they qualify.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
that's a small percentage of people.
Yeah, yeah.
A massive percentage of the people, and a massive percentage of the people that are keeping this game afloat, and this is proven by the inventions that they put out. Are Commander players.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They spend money. They love cards. They're what the foils are for. They're who the inventions are for.
Yeah.
You know, Wizards cater. They get Commander product every year. You know, like they get catered to. And this was a grassroots fan based format.
And look at the strange spikes that happen that people can't wrap their head around. Like, to think that, okay, there was a lot of M15 printed, right?
Yep.
A lot of Johnny Steadfast doubled in price.
Yeah, from Atraxa.
Because of Commander.
Yep.
Because of Commander.
Specifically.
And you have to remember, and we said this earlier in the podcast, if a Commander player buys a card for their deck, there's a very high chance that card is out of rotation.
Yeah.
That card is no longer, in circulation.
Yeah.
It's gone. So they are taking... Just think for a second, how many Commander players have to buy and take out of circulation a Johnny Steadfast for it to go up and double in price?
Right?
Maybe
that's so many.
Maybe as a competitive player, you're not completely understanding the size and scope of Commander, and maybe that is one of the things that's saving the game that you love right now.
Yeah, and it's what's putting money in Wizards' pocket to keep building, standard cards. Yeah. And like I said, the inventions are a perfect example of Wizards saying, okay, we're making this standard product, but we love you guys. Like, will you please buy some of these packs? We know you love spending money on the game. Like, maybe you want to try draft one time, maybe? Please? Try it? No? Okay, well, we'll just build you another Commander product. You're welcome.
Yeah. And it's nice to have one of those formats where you can play with just your friends and just be, even no matter how competitive your friends are, and still just have fun.
Yep.
Right.
And Commander is definitely not my thing, but I am so happy it is a part of what we're doing, that it's stop eating the gummies. I'm so happy that, like you said, it fuels the economy, and way more than people even acknowledge or definitely give it credit for.
And I think instead of saying the sky is falling, Jace is spiking, your format is no longer affordable, or you mean it'd be like, thank God these people are around to keep shit alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's also Commander players that are like, hey, this Frontier thing is kind of cool. Like, I get to build a deck.
I get to play Dig Through Time. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I get to do cool stuff and not worry about spikes coming and ruining my metagame.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think people need to appreciate what's going on instead of bitching and complaining that Frontier is killing Magic or stealing people from your player base. I think you need to realize that Frontier is probably one of the things that are going to save the game for the next year, because when the Jeff Hooglins and the KYTs of the world are exploring Pokemon, it feels like they're not getting fulfilled by Magic.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with those players specifically being able to play any game they want new online and not Frontier. They can't even... It's so difficult to we've talked about X-Mage and Discord and all these meetup places, but it's not Magic Online. It's not the community where you sit down at the time that you can and you start a 5-round daily or a 5-round whatever the fuck they call them.
It's hard too because Pokemon feels like it's a small investment online where it's still getting into Frontier on Moto. like this is a whole other conversation about how horrible Moto is.
I know. Let's actually not get into Moto right now.
Yeah. So I think we just want to end it on. If you haven't already read it, go read Chapin's article. Stay open-minded, and we agree with both his points. Like we're not idiots. We know what needs to happen with this format, but unfortunately, we can't ban fetchlands right now. They're too crucial to the colors that they support.
Yep.
The card pool is too small going from Origins forward.
Correct.
And Magic just needs Frontier right now. And maybe in the new year after our big event at Face to Face Toronto,
yep.
and after the Hire You a Big Magic event, maybe we can find a way to communicate with the guys in Japan and see how they feel. Because we actually have no idea how they feel about the format and what may or may not they think needs to be banned or sets moved around or anything.
Yeah, and if there's anybody out there listening that wants to help us entirely pay for a flight to Japan for a weekend, then Matt and I will go there and talk to them in person on behalf of you, the people. We would be willing to make that sacrifice if someone could actually just bankroll the entire thing start to finish. Yeah, we'd be good for that, right, Matt?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Cool. Yeah, cool. That's fair.
All right, so I think that's been a pretty good podcast. We're gonna do what we forgot.
2,100 bars, yo.
I don't even know how many minutes that is. It's forever.
It's like twice as long.
We're gonna do what we usually forget to do, and we do maybe once every 3 episodes. Is tell you how to reach us if you're new to new to Frontier and new to our stuff. You can
you've made it all the way through this to the end. High five.
You can go on Twitter at MTG Frontier is where you'll get me. For Tony at Awesome Everyday with
a 3
instead of an E.
Yeah, and at Monkey Mealing is Matt's personal, but only use that to take personal shots at him. If you want to talk about Frontier, you use mtgfrontier.com. That's Matt's his good side.
Yeah. We have a Facebook group, mtgfrontier.com.
Yep. We have a website. It's under development. It's up right now, but we're working on things for the new year. We won't talk about that again. We talk about it every week. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, so that's mtgfrontier.com.
Yep.
You can at least find our old podcast links there, or the old articles are still up if you want to kind of see how the format's developed. We got the early stuff up there.
Yeah, but we always try and talk about it on our podcast. It's the easiest form to consume and share.
Yeah.
So
awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us this week. Have a good one.
See you guys.